everyone. Welcome to the My Mother-in-Law edition, birthday edition of Dinner Plus Drinks. First and foremost, happy birthday, Sandy. We hope you're having a great time in Door County coming back, not watching our child on Sarah's birthday because you're off having fun for your birthday.
I was confused. Do they share a birthday?
Sandy's birthday is October 4th. Sarah's is October 2nd. She says Sarah was the best birthday gift ever. I think that's a lie. I love my wife.
Childbirth was the best gift.
That's what I don't believe. I have never given birth to a child, but I've seen it happen, and I do not believe it at all could be pleasant. Happy birthday, Sandy. We're so happy you had fun. And
we're so happy you had Sarah.
Here's to you. Yes. So happy we had Sarah. She's wonderful.
Nick had Sarah. Also, as we record, happy birthday to Sarah.
It is her birthday as we record, but this has happened in the past. The weird space-time
Still exciting,
continuum.
Okay?
I'm very excited for her. She's still maybe not 30.
I was like, don't mention the age.
She's still beautiful.
Okay.
Age hasn't taken that from her yet. Nor will it ever, because she's the most beautiful woman I know.
Digging.
And
let's just move on.
Happy birthday, Sarah. I love you so much. Sorry I had to go to a German beer and sausage dinner on your birthday.
Yeah, that is no, I've decided actually after speaking with Sarah, that's a very nice birthday gift because she gets to drink wine, eat chocolate, and watch crime show marathons. It sounds like a dream. Okay?
It sounds like a dream. I think I'm going to make her some tenderloin filet, sous vide it up, grill it, all the things she likes. And so hopefully she gets to enjoy a little peace and quiet.
That's very nice. Okay. Last weekend was so awesome.
Wasn't it?
Yes. I don't know that we properly recapped it on this show.
We did not.
Ever. So we had John and Christy down from just north of Memphis. And by the way, I say down because they're actually from Minnesota. So that's
just north of Memphis.
It's the funniest to me because obviously when I first heard about them, I'm like, oh, where around Memphis are they from? And so we got that question a lot during the weekend, or I did at least. I'm like, no, they're from Minnesota. So anyway, they were so awesome. We did a VIP dinner on Friday night and then 2 food truck experiences, one at Lake Geneva Country Meats and then one out at Doosterbeck's Brewery. Awesome weekend.
Yeah. The barbecue was so good, especially that brisket, right?
That brisket. And I didn't know that. I'm like, I don't know. Am I going to be able to tell a difference? But yes, the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. I like all these experiences we're doing. And when I'm like, no, Bridget, you're going to tell the difference. You're like,
I don't believe you.
Meh.
Like German wine.
We also recorded the German wine episode and Austrian of Pinkies Up.
Yep.
We did that yesterday as we record this. It's going to release Wednesday. So space-time continuum all over.
Just pay attention.
But we had a lot of fun with that too. And you found some German wine you liked.
I mean, I was thinking about this again this morning. I was like, I found German wine I would drink.
I found tolerable German wine.
I found okay German wine. Not going to be my top choice. But if you like sweet wine, there is good sweet German wine, I'm sure.
To recap, Bridget's favorite wines are California Cabernets.
In case you didn't know and you've never heard us talk about it.
You now know when Bridget's birthday is. You also know when Shannon's birthday is because they're twins, in case you didn't catch that.
Shannon likes bubbles.
They like bubbles and they like California Cabernet. So if you want to bribe any of them for whatever reason, there you go.
You know what else I like, Nick?
Oktoberfest! All right, so we got this Oktoberfest. They just call it Fest beer. It's a lager from Maplewood. Oh. And what this beer does is combine 2 of your all-time favorite things, which are
great branding and Oktoberfest beer.
Maplewood, we love you guys. You make great beers.
And you have great branding.
And
we appreciate that.
Prost.
I feel like, yes, we've been drinking a lot of Oktoberfest on this show, but it's only around for so long, okay? And by so long,
that's really good.
It's so brief. So anyway, we haven't had this one yet.
It's crisp, refreshing, delicious.
Oh, that is a good one.
Maplewood, you guys do some lagers. If you're interested in a collab beer, please let us know.
Please.
We will do a Pinkies Up Maplewood tasting.
I just look at this can. If you're on YouTube, check this out. I love their cans. Okay.
You like the hazy IPAs from Maplewood.
Yeah,
you like the stouts from Maplewood. You liked all the beers from Maplewood.
All the ones that I wouldn't normally like. I don't know if it was because I was teased by the can first. I don't know.
Also like on their cans. Actually, they don't have it on this one. Most of their cans, they have like kind of the malt breakdown and things. Which I always love how chefs and good brewers will be like, yeah, I'll give you my recipe, but guess what? You ain't gonna do it as good.
So their biggest downfall, they're in Chicago, not Milwaukee.
Biggest downfall.
But still relatively local, so thank you.
We love you. All right, Bridget. So this
Okay.
was obviously the best thing you drank this week.
Yes.
But
Do you not love what's on the outline here?
what is the best thing you ate? No, I mean, this is delicious.
So it's been a week. Like we've just,
It's
Nick
been a
and I
hell-
think we've
hell
had
of a
stuff
week.
4
Hell of a
nights
weeks.
this week. Just, we've had stuff. It's been a busy week. And like, I gotta say, I think like, 2020, everyone's ability to handle the same amount they used to has
No, this has been
adjusted.
aggressive. We've had 8 events in
Right.
in 12 days.
So we went from like 0 events to 8 events in 12 days. So anyway, it's a
We
lot.
work hard.
We do this week. So anyway, one night, I don't know what night it was anymore. The kids were chaos. We got them home. I'm sure it was a night that Elliot had soccer, and it was like 8:40 and I realized I hadn't had dinner. I'm like, well, we have nothing to eat. I haven't grocery shopped in 2 weeks. So I busted out my good old trusty ramen noodles.
Ramen's delicious.
I ate it I did a fancy ramen thing for Tyler's birthday with like a pottery bowl.
that was
I
so
ate
good.
it in the fancy pottery bowl.
Oh, cool.
And pretended like it was fancy. I got done eating it and I was like, I would have been better off
We
just
should
like
do
not
that
eating
for an
dinner.
event. Let's do the pottery bowl ramen because we could do like pork tendons and stuff. We could make it super
That's
authentic.
a good idea. Ramen event. Okay.
Ramen event. Everybody stay tuned.
So anyway, I had ramen. I'm guessing that my favorite food by the time this comes out is going to be this dinner that we're having tomorrow, which would be Saturday. So Sap Sap. Do you know Sap Sap?
Sap.
So they're doing a collab with Tony Miller, who was on Iron Chef, I think, or
Oh,
beat
wow.
Bobby Flay or something, and he
Nice.
won. So they're doing a collab.
Beating Bobby Flay is hard.
Yes, well, I imagine it is. But
No,
you-
Bobby Flay can cook. Of all those celebrity chefs that you're like, I don't know. Bobby Flay can cook. He's kind of a little cocky, but I think a lot of good chefs are. I think anytime you say like, hey, you know what? I have a unique take on something that anyone can do that 100 people a night are going to pay me an
Yeah.
exorbitant fee for.
That's fair.
You have to have a little bit of an ego.
yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Bobby Flay can cook.
I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I believe he can. He's famous for it. But anyway.
I mean, I'm famous for being able to drink, and I'm not that good at it. Oh, wait. Actually, I am.
I am very good. Beyond ramen, which is garbage, but delicious, I'm sure my meal from Sap Sap is going to be awesome. And I think I said Tony. I meant Tori Miller. I'm very tired. Anyway, check out sapsapeats.com if you're curious. You will see what delicious food you missed this weekend.
It looks delicious. I'm going to go with not necessarily the most interesting or the best thing I ate. I'm going to go with the most interesting thing I ate. And none of y'all are going to be able to eat it. So sorry in advance. But my friend Ron Henningfeld, Ron Cheese.
Hey, Ron.
Hill Valley Dairy. Know you're listening as you're making some cheese. We did we try cheeses occasionally. The whiskey washed cheddar and Gouda turned out to be delicious. The beer cheese curds that I tried, not so delicious.
I'm surprised by that.
I mean, it was the worst disaster. Ron was so kind about it. He said, "Oh yeah, Nick, you should try that."
yeah,
and
give
then
it a try.
he knew it was going to be terrible, but he humored me. Thank you, Ron. He did.
I think it sounds good.
We were talking about some more interesting ideas, and we thought a gin washed Alpine cheese
I
might
could
be
see
fun
that.
because the gin has all these floral things. The Alpine's got like straw and floral kind of notes to it. So it's like, maybe we'll just accentuate that. So he gin washed one, and the bag he had it on was dated 3/15.
Like 2015?
No, 20. March 15th, 2020.
Oh, I'm like, I'm sorry.
So-
2015?
Pre-Rona.
I mean, it was like the day Rona came up into our lives.
So he just found it this week.
Oh, what a moment.
And we tried it, and it was maybe in the gin a little too long.
Oh.
Because it wasn't texturally, it was incredibly interesting. And flavor-wise, you'd get some bites that you're like, oh my gosh, this gin did something really interesting and good to the cheese. And other bites you'd be like, I just taste alcohol.
Oh.
And then other bites you'd be like, it just tastes like the Alpine cheese. So it was very interesting. Ron might try this again with a little bit more controlled thing. Hopefully Rona doesn't get in the way of
So was that the problem, you think?
I think maybe too long. Yeah. Because it was really interesting. It was really good. It was fun. I love getting together with my friend Ron and trying things. He gives me very honest feedback on sausages. We get to talk about cheeses. I learned a ton from him. So that was just really lovely to be able to try this cheese. And
I really love gin and I really love cheese. So I
really love gin and juice. Oh my goodness. I saw somebody created a gin and juice sausage and I got to do it now.
Oh, I don't know. So, Nick's just going to sing, and I'm going to think about how a gin and juice sausage might not be the best thing.
We're going to make a gin and juice sausage. Just you wait.
Okay.
What's next? Oh, random news stories.
Yes. So we're in October officially, okay?
Officially.
So I can't believe that, by the way. I, again, had the discussion of 2020 has both, like, crawled and sped through crazy. So anyway, weird year. But anyway, October. I used to be a big haunted house goer. Like, I think it was fun in high school to go because you're like, I can hold this boy's hand and like I can see if he likes me. I distinctly remember doing that with my boyfriend at the time, Stefan. I was like, I'm going to go to this haunted house and we can hold hands. Anyway, I hate them now. Like, you couldn't probably pay me enough money to go into a haunted house because I don't understand like purposely going in to get scared about something. So my news story, something that looked horrifying.
I think we should take Elliot on the haunted hayride at Grand Geneva.
He will shit his pants.
They have a kid-friendly one, and we can go for free. Howie's going to hook it up.
Yes, I did talk to Howie about this. Okay, if they have a kid-friendly one, that's more my speed. Elliot gets his jumpiness from me. Like, he's
we could take Lucy, and Lucy will punch someone out.
Lucy will go on the adult one and be fine. She'll go by herself.
It'll be like the landlady, Will Ferrell Funny or Die landlady one. Bitch, I want my money. That'll be Lucy. And Lucy will be like, bitch, you aren't scaring me.
Bye, bitch. This is always what I think Lucy says when she every day she goes, bye. I'm like, I know what you're really thinking. Anyway, back to my news story. I saw a haunted car wash. And like the image, I'm going to have to post it because you won't be able to see it from this far away, looks horrifying. It's like a dead Joker face in green lit water. So I want to know if you guys like haunted things. Would you consider going into a haunted car wash? What about haunted hayrides?
No, that's the most terrifying thing.
Doesn't it look horrifying?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
So I need to know your feelings about haunted things now that we're in October.
Sarah's scared of car washes anyway.
What?
Yeah.
I love car washes.
Well, because she has a little bit of the claustrophobia type of thing. And
yeah.
then, there's the stuff and the things and the stuff and it gets...
I like it. I feel like it's like a Zen moment.
I feel like we should have... I'm going to have to record a trigger warning to put at the start of this episode.
Yeah, Bridget talks about haunted
for Sarah.
Sarah, yeah, you're right. I should have warned her. Sorry. So anyway, I am all in on all things October. I love the cold weather. Haunted houses. I draw my line there.
Okay, so my random news story that I thought was really interesting... I thought you were going a sports theme.
I was going to, yeah.
So
I
went with the sports theme too.
I saw that.
We love tennis in our household. My wife, my brother-in-law, myself, Simona is going to love tennis too.
And soccer, really.
It's going to be so great. In tennis, you serve overhand and you bring the heat, you bring the noise, ideally, right?
Uh-huh.
The idea is you can serve really fast. Well, especially male tennis players, this isn't like a male-female thing, but especially male tennis players are now serving so fast to react. You need to be way beyond the baseline.
Okay.
Because they're serving at like 130 fairly regularly.
Okay.
So when you're 30 feet behind the baseline with the idea of the serves coming at 130 miles per hour, what happens if it comes at 50 miles per hour? A changeup, as you would say in baseball.
Okay.
This awesome article from... The New York Times is all about how people have started serving underhand lobby, which is totally legal with a serve. It just has to be, you don't hit the ground before you hit it. So you can totally legal go underhand lob, get it right over the net, have it die, and then...
Oh, because they're starting so far back.
Yep. Your opponent looks like an asshole.
Oh my God, come on.
So it was often seen as like this like churlish, childish thing to do is like showing up your opponent. But now it's being seen as a kind of legitimate tactic. So it's a very interesting article from the New York Times about the history of doing the things this way.
Okay, this feels like cheating. I get that it's legal and fair. But there was a volleyball, like we would call it tipping. When you could do the same. It's the same type of thing, like, and it is cheap and dirty.
If you do the under, But a win's a win. So that's why I wanted to ask you because of the volleyball thing. Like, you're a big volleyball person. Yeah. Like,
so we wouldn't serve that way. Like, we wouldn't go serve underhand. 'Cause it's not, no one's starting. You can't be outside the
that's
baseline.
right. You still have all the people, yeah.
But when you would, instead of like spiking. So instead of hitting like full force, you could just tip it and be like, boop, and you directionally tip it into like the open area.
See, to me, that seems smart.
Yeah, that is smart. Tipping into a directional area is smart. Tipping when you're playing like 2-on-2 is bitchy. Just saying. But also smart. Win's a win.
So that was my thing. There was another tennis story I thought about sharing. It's about, I don't know. So you know how they're having to do all the sporting events.
Yeah, without noise.
Yeah. So Rome was the previous thing to this, and they had like 10% spectators. French Open is this week. It was supposed to be in June. They moved it back. They were supposed to have like 20%, and it kind of got derailed because this one girl just like ran into the middle of the court. Do you know what her name was? Annette.
I'm like, come on.
All right. Time to take a break.
Oh, boy. Okay, we are back with
We are back.
We're back. I said again how I'd like to just sing a whole episode, but I think we would
It'd be like opera.
all of you would stop listening.
It'd be in German.
And I wouldn't blame you. So we will just briefly sing.
Briefly sing.
I am here with, I don't know, products perhaps. This is like a DIY tutorial,
This is
okay?
cheating.
It's cheating. But listen, I have kids. I'm really scared that school is going to go away and I'm going to have them home. But so anyway, I'm all about like finding arts and crafts projects because that gets them like from not watching any screens and not terrorizing my house, and they come out with something fun. So we did a lot of tie-dyeing this summer because V on trend. Tie-dyeing, very trendy. Okay, so I made a couple pieces for me. The kids, Elliot dyed underwear. He loved it. But we just used like the cheap, he dyed underwear because like think of all the things you can buy that are white.
What I like about dyeing underwear is that nobody knows.
They're boxer briefs. Oh yeah, his pants are constantly falling down. You can see them. So anyway, we just bought like the tulip dye kits, which I think I recommended months ago. So now I'm here to say, buy some tissue paper and do a different kind of dyeing. Okay, I was so excited to see this come across. It's on a blog called Honestly WTF, which we'll of course put in the show notes. But you need Spectra tissue paper. It must be this or bleeding tissue paper. So obviously this is so the colors bleed onto your fabric, and this is specifically to do on like a silk fabric. So the tutorial has it on like this really awesome silk dress, and it also shows it on these bomb silk wide leg pants, which I want. So you basically get the tissue.
I'm fascinated by
lay
this.
the tissue paper.
This looks awesome.
It's so cool. You lay the tissue paper over your silk. I mean, like read the tutorial because I'm skipping. You lay it over your silk garment. You get it wet and lay it out in the sun. So like winter time is even great
that's
to do
amazing.
this because the sun is super bright on top of the snow. Yeah, and then you get like really kind of the colors are more muted and whatever. It's awesome. Nick even loves it. I'm going to make him a tie-dye dress.
I would totally. We're going to get to that soon.
So this is a tutorial, and the product I'm recommending, how about this? Spectra tissue paper.
All right. So my product recommendation, I thought about putting this as a news story to say, newsflash. I spoke with our resident local wildlife, nature, sustainability environmentalist.
Would that be Brittany?
That would be Brittany.
Not local.
Actually, I didn't speak to her. I made you speak to her for me.
Yes, I text in between the two of them.
So it turns out watering your lawn's a terrible idea. However, I get a pass because it's a new lawn, and Brittany said you can establish the lawn with water and then don't water it. It's bad for the environment, even if you're on your own well. So thank you very much, Brittany.
Thanks for answering.
I want to leave a beautiful green earth for Elliot, Lucy, and Simona, and I don't care about anybody else.
All those other kids too.
Whatever. What Brittany does is a drip irrigation system for her beautiful garden, which I'm told is
amazing.
I have recommended and found a drip irrigation system on Amazon, a 100-foot tubing Father's Day garden plant watering sprinkler system with distribution tubing, hose adjustable nozzles, automatic mist cooling, irrigation set for garden lawn patio. It is an Amazon's choice, and it is $30.
Dude, Brittany's husband built their own irrigation system, and it is top notch.
I bet he paid more than $30.
I think he paid more than $30.
So if you are a gardener, if you are into having a lovely landscape, check this out. I'm into the drip irrigation because I want to have grapevines. I want to make
Ice wine?
No, I don't want to make ice wine. I want to make beer with that. I know that sounds weird, but I want to do that.
Stay
and
tuned.
Drip irrigation ruined Napa Valley wine. However, it is a very efficient, very eco-friendly way to irrigate your things. So if you want to have amazing produce and be
Drip
environmentally
irrigation.
conscious, drip irrigation, we have a link in the show notes to a $30 set on Amazon.
Are you going to install this at your house?
Well, I'm
Putting you on
hoping
the
to get
spot.
completely sustainable prairie grasses for landscaping.
Oh, I do like that.
So
Oh, yeah, from our friends at Northwind.
Northwind, yep.
Nice.
So that's the hope.
Okay, well, those were some weird product recommendations this week.
We will be right back with some of the best Would You Rathers you've ever heard.
Very exciting. We're back.
We're back. All right, it is time for Interesting Questions with Bridget and Nick.
Whoa.
And it is my week.
He's excited this week. He even
so-
texted me about it.
I like to terrify Bridget a little bit.
Oh, God. He's like, I made up my own questions this week. I'm like, oh, no.
Sometimes I Google some ideas and then modify or whatever. This week is Oktoberfest themed.
Oh, boy. I'm not going to. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of Oktoberfest, if you can't tell.
It's our favorite time of the year.
I know. It's the best.
All right, first question,
Okay.
because I know you go both ways.
Oh, boy.
Would you rather wear a dirndl all year or lederhosen all year?
This is a great question because I've worn both, and the dirndl's the answer. Sorry. I mean, I put on Dennis's, so my brother-in-law's lederhosen, and it's like a legit, but it is hot. Like, it is thick, heavy.
I might go with the dirndl too.
Yeah, you tell everyone about your.
I wore some lederhosen for this thing, and I got to tell you, the pinching and like tucking
It's heavy.
was like not pleasant at all. So
mean-
I'd rather have a nice fine breeze down there.
And plus, dirndl,
like wearing a kilt.
Like, dirndls come in lots of different colors and patterns, and I get bored easily with the same clothing choices. So that's why I have
Well, with
so
the
many clothes.
lederhosen, you can, like wear different shirts.
But like white or blue check. Maybe red check.
red check.
Okay, so 3 shirts.
Right.
Dirndl.
So we're both going dirndl.
Good. I want to see Nick wear a dirndl.
Would you rather have a Wiener or a Bratwurst outside of the casing? Of course, I thought of you. So it's outside of the casing.
Yeah.
So there's, snap is not an issue.
Okay. For those of you that are new here, I don't like encased meats, generally speaking. I was actually just talking to some of the retail staff and was like, I'm not like sure I've ever had a real brat until I started working here. So I want a brat.
You like that little bit more flavor, the little looser texture.
The way you describe it makes me want none of them. But
Do you know wieners are classified as emulsified meats?
yeah, that's disgusting.
That's how you make a wiener. You emulsify it.
Okay, that's gross.
That's why it's so nicely packed together. That's why kids like it.
God. So no, I haven't had a hot dog probably since I was like drunk at a high school or a college football game, something like that. Like I haven't had a hot dog
Since I was
on
drunk
purpose.
at high school. Since
I
I
said
was
college.
14,
I said
drunk at
college. I don't purposely eat hot dogs when all of my brain cells are working. So brats I do purposely eat because I've grown to love them because like Geneva country meats. Oh, out of the casing, of course.
This one is going to cut to the very core of who you are.
Oh God.
Would you rather only have one Oktoberfest beer all year, or would you rather have to drink 6 Oktoberfest beers each time you drink them?
Oh my God. This is a very hard question.
Because 6s, you're going to be a little feeling it.
I might throw up with 6. And so that makes
That's why I picked 6.
That makes the answer really easy. One, like this is my one for the year, not like one a month.
Yep, one for the year. Or you can strategically pick the times where you know it's enough that you're going to throw up, but you enjoy
But it's good. Those first 2 are
Anytime
delicious.
you want.
I'm going to have to go with 1.
Oh,
I'm a real
Bridget!
big, I'm just, real big,
I'm disappointed in you.
not fan of throwing up here. So I'm going to have to
I
say.
thought you were more fun than that.
This is my one Oktoberfest beer for the year. Erase all those other times.
See,
you've
the
seen me
problem
drink
is
them.
because you're gonna just be like, you're gonna build it up so much.
Yeah,
you're
then
gonna
it's gonna be
this-
disappointing.
and you're like, And you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. And it's gonna be December 31st, 11. You're like, oh my god, I gotta drink it.
When really I should just stick with bubbles. I think if I didn't love wine so much, it would be harder. So I'm just gonna like enjoy this one on a really good day. I don't know what day. Yeah. Can I have like Dunkel instead?
Yeah, you can have Dunkel instead.
Problem solved. Creative thinker. Wait, do you want to have 6 and barf or what?
Yeah, I'm also bigger than you, so it's fine.
Okay, great.
I have a tolerance.
I'm really glad we solved that.
Your Pandora/Spotify/ whatever streaming service. We don't want the streaming service to be a technical get out of this.
Okay.
Anytime you play music, it plays one of the following for 10 minutes every time you turn it on. So anytime you turn on your radio, anything, which would you rather have the first 10 minutes of music be?
Oh my God.
Strolling accordionist music or Pa music?
Ooh. I think that both of those would be great. But I think I want to go with the accordion.
Really?
I mean,
you seem very Pa.
I think it's less annoying, the accordion.
I think accordions are super annoying.
Do you?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I have a fond memory of a guy when I used to plan Oktoberfest events. A guy that
just wait till next year at Lake Geneva Country Meets. We're gonna have.
We have the pro Oktoberfest planner here. I'm really excited to not be doing that this year. Yeah, I have a fond place for his strolling accordion, and you could like have that at the dinner table where like an Oompa band, you have to like get up and dance. Yeah, see? So I take it you want the Oompa band. That was a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Plus more singing. Even better.
Would you rather have a warm, hot soft pretzel, or sugar roasted almonds?
No, warm hot pretzel all day, every day.
That would be easy.
I mean, those are both delicious, but like we love hot pretzels.
Okay, so you go to the big thing in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I had the intense pleasure of joining you at that.
So good.
I've never seen anyone so happy in my life until Simona discovered like the puzzles we just got her. She was very happy with that.
Puzzles.
But you were so happy.
Yes.
And you had all of the things, and I couldn't remember if one of them was sugar roasted almonds because it seems like a very Bridget friendly food.
Yeah, it is. That's great. It's protein, it's sugar. All the things
warm,
I need
it's like
in
small
my life.
snack size.
I think I've had those only like once there, but often we have giant liters of beer, which fills you up. And then occasionally we say we should have food. So we get a giant hot pretzel, and that's all we ever eat the whole time we're there.
We're 30-something, and we occasionally think we should have some food with our liters of beer.
Listen, that night is the night we first like started loving going to it. And we go with the same kind of people every year, and my sisters, of course. And we said like it's so nice because it's all responsible adults. Like it is families. It's like I've always brought my kids.
It's Wisconsin. Drinking is a family activity.
Yeah, but it's not like sloppy 22-year-olds, but it is responsible adults eating hot pretzels and liters of beer. So anyway, love that event. Really sad to miss it this year.
My final question for you,
it's a lot
and I
of
think
these.
this is the good one. It's only 6. It's just they're very good. Would you rather have to introduce yourself not just to new people, but to every time you walk into the room and be like, hey, what's up? Would you rather have to introduce yourself to everyone with a chicken dance or a yodel?
The yodel. The yodel.
Bridget Lay.
I'm going to say, hello, it's Bridget Lay. I hope you guys like that. We did not test levels for my yodeling. So
we have a level cutoff, so hopefully it wasn't too loud.
Oh, bummer.
I, too, would rather do a yodel. Because I think you could, do a yodel rap. You know, like how Lin-Manuel Miranda made Hamilton into a rap
Same
musical?
idea.
Like, you could be the Lin-Manuel...
Are we going to get famous?
You could be the Lin-Manuel of yodeling.
Oh, all my dreams.
It'd be so good. And then you could do Moana.
Oh, my God.
Moana 2.
I've switched from Moana. We now watch Blippi in the morning. But also the chicken dance is kind of long. Like, and then you have to sing and dance. And like, that's a lot.
Screw that.
Screw that. We're not doing the chicken dance. We're just singing for you.
All right. That
Okay,
was
guys.
our interesting questions.
Those were great.
Time for Bridget's fantasy update.
You guys,
Bridget.
this is it. I don't know if I'm going to give you an update every week. It's just that this week I'm really excited.
Why are you so excited,
Because
Bridget?
I'm undefeated.
Undefeated.
So as this airs, it will be, Sunday. So right now we're only one game in. I don't know if I'm winning or not because football's on Thursday nights now, whatever.
I don't like football being on all these days.
Thursday night football can go, but I do like Monday night football.
I like that everybody's like, oh, broadcast networks, more money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's about us, man, the viewers. So, listen, I know the NFL has become controversial because everything in the world is controversial, but I freaking love watching football still, okay? And I love fantasy football because it makes me pay attention to the other games. And it's fun to do with all of my brother-in-laws and whatever. So fun. So
and
anyway,
your cousin that you, what'd you do to your girl cousin?
Avery, if you're listening, I love you, but I thought I was going to lose and I pulled out a W. So this week,
suck on that, Avery.
am playing. I'm sorry. Avery's also a twin. She holds a special place in my heart. They both do.
Avery's twin can suck on it too.
So I'm playing my father-in-law this weekend.
Battle
is on. And it is tough, you guys, because right now I've got, the NFL's a disaster right now. Teams have COVID. Nick texted me a very important update this morning, get any of the
Titans or Steelers?
Steelers. Yeah.
Both of them.
Get them off your fantasy. So I did have
I thought you had Juju Smith-Schuster.
No, on my bench has 5 people that are projected to have 0 points. So they're on my bench, but I do have a lot of questionable players. So so many check back for the injury report. So I'm a little stressed because right now I'm projected to win, but this injury report could keep changing. So, okay, stay tuned. But right now I'm going to revel in the fact that I'm undefeated in a league dominated by men.
Now that we talked about what's important in Bridget's life, we're going to talk what's important in my life, which is cooking food. Because that's
great.
the only thing I have left.
Yeah.
And this week's meal plan, I'm going to make something unbelievably delicious. And you know what it's called?
Do you just want to say it?
Schweinebraten!
Oh, he yelled it and everything.
I got yelled at by someone. I don't know, called out by someone, Brittany, for not yelling German words on our thing last night. It's because Simona was sleeping right over there. But now I can just yell, Schweinebraten!
No babies are sleeping while we record this episode.
Sarah might be on a conference call, but...
but they all just enjoyed that.
Whatever. Bankers, have fun. You're making money off of us. So the Schweinebraten is a roast pork recipe with a delicious gravy. Roast pork is so good. I love roast pork. It gets underrated. We actually did roast pork at our wedding.
Oh. I knew that.
We had a spring wedding, and so we did light flavors. We didn't want to do anything super heavy. Sure. We wanted to be like, hey, looking forward to
spring, have some pork.
We're not quite ahead on the food truck trend.
Too bad, man.
Someone here.
Too bad.
But we were ahead on the seasonal flavor trend.
Sure.
Instead of just serve garbage.
Rubber chicken.
So we did really light bread flavors, and we did roast pork, and it was delicious, and everyone was like, oh, that was so good. I've never had anything like that. I was like, oh, thank you. It was my recipe. I told the caterers how to cook it.
I remember learning that about you. I had to tell everyone. Whatever.
I had to tell everybody.
Nick was Breadzilla.
I was terrible.
Let's be clear.
Sarah was just so nice, so lovely. I was like, oh, the bride was so great. That groom was a total D-bag.
We weren't friends when he got married, so I wasn't there, but I've heard stories. And I also used to plan weddings in a lifetime ago. And I used to hate when the brides, you're always worried about the brides.
You would have respected me.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have.
You would have respected me because
I would have been nice and then gone in the back and been like, this guy's a dick.
No, you would have respected me because I was very clear about what the things were and how you're going to execute. And I didn't
bet my chef wouldn't have liked you.
Well, chef, cook the food the right way. Don't serve me the garbage you did the sampling.
Oh, no, our tastings were always so good. Anyway,
they used a lot of
a long time ago.
Injected pork that I said, I know what you did. I'm in this industry, and I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I can't imagine why no one would like working with.
And guess what? If I'm paying you good money, you're going to do what I say.
Bridezilla. Let's make a show called Groomzilla. Next
so great.
week on Dinner Plus Drinks. Okay.
We had a lovely photographer, Heather Cook Elliott. If you need someone to do your photography, she's great.
Product rec.
Also, she's an architect. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She just does wedding photography on the side?
She has all sorts of photography. She's the best. She's won all these awards. She goes all over. Google her.
I've heard of her.
She's also really good into like voting and things like that. And
Great.
her children are lovely, and her husband is beautiful. So,
Well.
Heather Cook Elliott, everybody. Product racked.
I'm just here in the middle of the meal plan struggling because German food is not generally the thing I like lean toward. But what I am trying to do is expand my flavor profiles because I want my kids to not be picky. So there's a lot of mustard I've been finding in a lot of these German recipes, obviously.
It's a very German thing.
Right. So we have a mustard breaded pork chop on the meal plan. I think it's like towards the end of the week. So I'm going to give it a try. My kids love pork. Elliot thinks it's really funny. Anytime we kind of cook a new thing, we tell him about it. And he goes, what animal is this from? So I think we were eating bacon the other day, not a new thing. But he asks, what animal is this from? We say pig. He goes, oh, okay. So I thank Nick for that. He's very interested in like where his food is coming from, which is great.
This
So
recipe's really good.
okay, so Nick recommends this recipe as well. I've never had it. I'm going to give it a try this week because nothing can go wrong with panko breadcrumbs, in my opinion. The mustard, I mean,
You don't get much of the flavor. You just get like
Yeah.
the stickiness and the like tenderization. It's so
there
yummy.
was some other recipe that I think you told me that with, and I didn't believe you. I tried it and you were right. So I'm going to try again and I'll report back if he's right or not.
Look at these beautiful pictures that Heather did. Like, look at them.
Okay,
Oh, look at
Nick's gonna reminisce here down memory lane, but I promise his emotions are about to come out here during
Kid Corner.
I saw what he wrote on here, and I'm like, he's gonna cry on air today.
It's a possibility.
Do you need to go first, or would you like me to hop right in?
So we sold our condo that, I bought. So I lived at home with my parents with the expectation to save money to buy a house, which is very kind of them and extraordinarily gracious. I'm super grateful for it. And I started dating Sarah. I was like, I need to get my shit together in my own house. Because that's what men do when they want to be with a woman. They start nesting. Women nest when they're making a baby. Men nest when they want to
Bang a lady is what he's saying.
I was like, man, I gotta get a house. So this condo, like, I worked pretty hard for buying this condo for my wife. She wasn't my wife at the time, but that was the goal. And
How kind of you.
we lived there for 9 years. We thought we'd live there for not 9 years, but it worked out that way. And I went from being a bachelor where I could roll into the house at midnight and roll out at 6 a.m. and just video game all night. And
the life.
then, Sarah moved in. That changed the life a little bit. And we brought Simona home there. And she had her own room. It was beautiful. And she didn't sleep at night there because she was a colicky challenge and wanted to sleep with us all the time. So we sold it. And Martha Kuko, product recommendation there.
Full of affiliate recommendations.
We sold it for more money than we could have ever imagined. It was a great joy. It's going to let us do some things, but it was still just this extraordinarily emotional thing of my life because it's like closing doors, and doors have opened and we love our new house. We have this beautiful studio, for instance.
I love it.
I love it too. Sarah loves it. Simona loves it, but it was very sad to move on from a very happy part of our life. And you remember things with rose-tinted glasses, but it was still when you sold your condo, you were a disaster.
I was a disaster. This is like, as you're describing this, I'm like, oh, I brought Elliot home in my condo. It was really hard.
So we went down, and our traditional meal of importance is a thin crust Jack's frozen pizza. And so we had one last Jack's frozen pizza and a bottle of champagne to celebrate all the good times. And we took some pictures with Simona. And I did like a video to her because sometimes we want to show Simona, like, hey, this was your first house. This is where, and she's crawling all over and climbing all over. She's not walking. She walks behind things. But, it was a wide open house. Everything moved out. And we're like, oh my gosh, she's going to love this. Maybe we should just keep it because she will have like her own, baby gym,
you
right?
have plenty of space in this house.
Nothing's good enough for my baby girl.
Oh, good God.
So we put her down. We walked in the house and we put her down and we're like, oh, go have fun. And she was like, not scared, but apprehensive. She's like, I don't know this place.
Yeah, I was like, she doesn't know it.
It smells weird. The carpet feels different. I don't. And so she took a while. I mean, she eventually crawled around and it was like just heartwarming and we got some nice pictures. But she definitely didn't know that place.
Yeah.
And it was very sad because you're like, this is your home. This is where we took you home. And, we took her up to her room and we said like, this was your nursery that you were a terrible sleeper and didn't do anything. And she's just like, bah?
Cool. I'm
bah,
a baby.
bah,
I don't care.
bah?
Yes.
We're like, ah. And then when we got home, she just like took off and like went and got her stuff and had a smile on her face. And
this is her home, Nick.
This is her home. And it was just very emotional.
Nick's having a minute
It was
here.
just very emotional and very heartwarming that we built this for her. We did this for her. We wanted her to have something nice. And I'm sure she's going to start hitting me up for $10 for lunch money very soon.
It's a moment right now.
She was just very grateful in her like baby way of being grateful. And I appreciate that. So I love you, baby girl. I'm sorry my condo's gone. I'm happy for the money, but
sorry, I don't remember that place anyway.
So sad.
We do every time we go to Milwaukee, we talk to Elliot about it all the time because I, of course, feel the same way. Our condo.
I don't think we're ever going to Genoa City ever again.
I mean, you'll drive past it maybe on 12. I say to him, like your hospital was right here. Our whole life was like within a mile in Milwaukee. It was all very nice and close. So we talk about it a lot when we go up there. If it makes you feel any better, here's how Elliot feels about housing and life now. Okay, this is not my kid corner, but you reminded me. I was like laying with him reading the other day and he made a comment about like our house not being very big or something.
What an ungrateful.
I snapped. I was like, excuse you, this house is I don't know how many square feet, somewhere around 2,000 square feet. And we're about to put on
that.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't know how many square feet it is.
She has
it's
the
a good
biggest.
house, okay? But we're about to put on an addition, right? And so we started digging and digging, and I'm like, why don't you think our house is big? Like, is some brat at school making, whatever. And he said, this made me so sad. He was like, I want a second layer on our house. So we have like a split level. And I love it. It's great.
Your basement's really great. He gets to play Mario Kart down there?
And our basement's about to get 3 times as big. So I'm very excited about this next phase of our addition. But and I was like, oh my God, do I need to deal with this differently? Do I need to put a second layer on our house? He just wanted an upstairs in the traditional sense. So anyway.
Can I tell an Elliot kid corner?
Okay, yeah, man. Go ahead.
So we went to see Elliot play soccer because
riveting.
We want to see glimpse into the future. Also,
isn't it exciting?
We were hoping to entertain Lucy because Lucy's
impossible.
she's not a delicate flower.
But instead she threw up cheese on herself. Yeah, that was fun.
That was not that bad.
It smelled like barfy cheese in my car.
Some people would pay big money for barfy cheese.
Well, come on over.
So anyway, Elliot
runs
he's
away
such a
from
big he's such a big kid and like he would like run near the ball and not kick it. I'm like, kick it, Elliot. Like
he just like wants to be by the action, but I'm like, no, Nick, he's never gonna touch the ball, and he doesn't. He just like
I've never seen something like that.
He's a delicate flower.
We should get some therapy from him now and be like, Elliot, why do you get near the ball and don't want to touch the ball? And maybe he can. Maybe it's because you don't have a second layer to your house.
I know. I guess I'm ruining his life, but he's a great teammate. He gets really excited when his team scores and when his goalie
He was really good. I was very impressed with how supportive he was to the goalie.
I'm very excited about that.
He was giving like pep talks constantly.
Yeah. And he like legit jumps up and down. So like keep that, but also kick the ball around. Anyway, we're focused on basketball in our house, so soccer's just keeping him busy. So none of those things were my kid corner except basketball. So I find it weird. It's homecoming week, I guess. Like we are not near high school age children. Nick is like all over it. We get these folders every day that like get sent home with Elliot. And so, we got a folder last week. It's like next week's homecoming. Here are all the things you're supposed to do to dress up. And I love a good themed dress up day, but like
really?
My kid goes to shocking. My kid goes to half day 4K, okay? One of the days was dressed like a twin or a triplet day, which I kind of think is mean. Like, first of all, I know literally one other kid in his class, like the parents of one kid, because we're not allowed to go in the school. We can't bring treats. We can't meet people, like blah, blah, blah. So I just happen to know from previous things. Like we know Hazel's parents, so great. But I wasn't about to be like, hey, could we come up with an outfit to dress Elliot as a twin? So we skipped that one. But as we record today, it's Pep Day or whatever, where's School Spirit Day? We don't own any Central Denison Dolphins stuff because
I was part of the vote that named Central the Dolphins. Tyler would have been part of this vote too. Not you, rich private school kid.
Oh, I was like, I wasn't part of this.
Tyler and I were part of the Dolphins vote. It was the dumbest decision ever. It's very controversial. I think we were going to be like something cool.
We're in the Midwest.
You asked a bunch of kids. It was right after, like those T-shirt fundraisers where you sell pictures of endangered animals on T-shirts.
Let's be a rooster or something.
Yes, the Central Denison Cocks.
Oh, yeah. Only a man would say that. Okay, so anyway, we're like, we don't own Dolphins gear, but we do have a lot of Badgers gear from Tyler's coaching days. So Tyler busted out his basketball jersey from
number
high
53.
School. Yes, and Tyler Travis Elliott was
Tyler was 51, right?
Yes, so he was asking.
Weird,
wow, that's a weird
this.
memory. Elliott was
played a lot of pep band.
Why am I wearing 53, not 51? That was his question this morning. Yes, and obviously, like the jersey is as tall as him, so he's like tying it with a hair tie. It was adorable. We made him wear a long sleeve shirt under it, and he was real mad. I don't want it. I'm like, you can't just have your bare chest and a jersey that's way too big on you. So anyway, we sent him to school.
Actually, tell him he can't do it till he has chest hair.
So next week. So it was adorable. That's my moment with Elliot. He got to wear, I'm going to pretend it was Tyler's, but maybe it was I don't even know who number 53 was, but
that was Tyler.
And 51?
No, Travis was 51.
He was actually, Tyler explained it. He was 53 because Jake Marcourt was his number 1 year. So then he switched. Yeah. Anyway, guys, Badger high school history, adorable.
I'm going to give Tyler so much shit next time I see him about how disappointed his son was that he wasn't.
He was like, why am I wearing 53? Elliot really likes basketball, guys. So thank you for listening to our extended Kid Corner. We're feeling all the things this week, apparently.
So feeling. We hope you'll check out our Pinkies Up episode about German and Austrian wine.
Spoiler alert, there is themed dress. You're going to want to join.
Dress, you're definitely going to want to join. See how uncomfortable I look. I'm not great at jumping, but I don't jump high enough that you can see my thighs. Or you can see my thighs, you can't see my calves, which I assure you are toned and beautiful.
We do have some regular listeners that joined the Zoom tasting, so thank you very much for that. It was tons of fun.
Awesome.
Yep. So you can, as always, find us on social media at Dinner Plus Drinks Podcast. We would love if you dropped a note, left a comment, rated us, subscribed, did all the things.
Share with your friends. That's what helps the most. Just tell your friends, like, hey, I found this podcast. It's really fun to listen to. It's like listening to two friends and interacting with them. We like when you scream at your speaker while you're speaking, while you're listening to us of, you guys are idiots. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, we love your comments, seriously. So I know we say that a lot, but send us a note, and thanks again for listening.
Cheers, guys. Or should we say,
prost.